Oh.
Chris.
Sorry.
Chris Cross.
Wir unterhalten uns hier gerade über die kulturellen Unterschiede von Europa und Amerika und ich kann euch nur sagen, das ist sehr, sehr informativ und ihr habt leider was verpasst. Denn jetzt geht's wieder zurück zum Spiel, was aber nicht nur informativ, sondern auch wirklich interessant ist. So, Chris, we are still in the jungle.
Yeah.
And you're holding a rifle, so it means let's kick some ass.
Yeah. Yep. This is actually a different level. But
it's a cave.
It's a cave, and then it's going to lead to the jungle. But this is Martin Clemens' secret hideout. Martin Clemens, who's this character here, I'll zoom in on him a little bit, was a coast watcher at the time, and we wanted to include these guys into the game because they were very important for the war effort. So they used to hide from the Japanese, and then let the Americans know when planes were coming. And then the Japanese would triangulate their position, so they would have to immediately pick up all of their radios and take off across the island with the natives and hide out again and then go back and do the same job. So this guy is actually still alive. We had to get permission to use his likeness, but he was a Scottish guy.
I just wanted to ask, he looks a little bit British. With the hat and stuff.
Yep. No, he was
Scottish. Oh. I'm sorry. I don't want to call you British. You're definitely not British. You're Scottish.
So
he could kill me.
Yeah. So he's setting up the scene right now.
But this is a prisoner of war camp?
Yeah, well, what happened is you got sent out to find the lost squad.
Yep.
So some squad was out looking for, a battle emplacement, and they got captured. So the Japanese officer is interrogating them. I'll wait for all my guys to get in position here. He's interrogating them.
I really always liked the audio in Medal of Honor. Just like with that.
He's gonna go for it. Oops. Gotta stop him from.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I didn't want to ruin that moment.
Oh, I suck today.
A little. Just a little.
We won't tell anybody. I mean,
what about the AI? Did you work on the AI after?
We did. It's very tough to make these guys not feel like the enemies from Frontline. So we had to do a lot of new animations and some fairly subtle stuff with their reactions to both grenades and their environments. Since the environments are much more organic, it's harder for them to navigate. So we had to be very careful with how we laid out the levels for them to be able to get around.
So you did actually change the behavior of the enemy because it's another war. It's not World War II like
a little bit, yeah,
like
absolutely. Yeah, because they had different sensibilities about their rifles and how they carried themselves and the animations that they did. So it changed both the timing of how they did things and also the reasons for why they did certain things. So we had to try and reflect some of that in the AI.
So the biggest changes compared to Frontline are more under the surface.
Yes,
like, I mean,
absolutely.
you use the same graphic engine you used in Frontline pretty much?
Well, we've actually got a new, poor guy. We've actually got, we changed rendering engines. So that was a technical sort of issue that we had to deal with. So that changed some of our development methodologies. Poor guy.
So like I mentioned, like I mentioned, the biggest changes are under the surface. Can you just point out some of the differences between Frontline and Rising Sun from your point of view?
Yeah. Well, so here I'll actually demonstrate one here. Before, these trees in Frontline would have been almost unnavigable by the Germans. Those enemies just would have had a hard time getting stuck on all these trees.
Yeah.
It's one of those things we had to really rethink how we did the environment and marking it for it. Wow, he's punch happy. How we laid out the environments for them to understand where to go and what to do. So that was one of the things that we had to do. Some of the other stuff, like I said, the timings on a lot of things changed. So the grenade reactions, I think, aren't actually quite as good as they used to be, but they're much more accurate when they either throw the grenades back or kick them back.
Ah, okay.
So some of the changes for the better. Some things are just give and take. Yeah, let's shoot this guy in the foot.
I got
Okay.
one more interesting question
Sure.
from a community. It's Dark King, and he asks, how was the work with your military advisor, Captain Dale? Dial? Or Die?
Die, yeah.
Yeah. Because he showed you how to... I don't know, what did he show you?
Well, over the years, Captain Dye's actually showed us a lot of different things. Originally, he's been working on a Medal of Honor since the beginning, and got him in a gotcha. He teaches us about tactics, both American and Japanese and German, and how to apply them. So one of the things that he usually does for us is we do one whole day of training. With him lecturing about squad tactics and how to take a bunker and what's involved in actual warfare. And then we go out the day immediately after, so it's fresh in our heads, and play paintball, where he teaches us how to actually apply those tactics for real, or at least as real as we can make it.
Okay.
Is that the same movie you can see in Medal of Honor Underground?
That's part of it, yeah.
Yeah? Also man kann nämlich bei Medal of Honor Underground, I'll translate that, ein Movie freispielen, bei dem man die Jungs dann tatsächlich auch spielen sieht. Hat der Carsten, glaube ich, hier vor einiger Zeit auch mal gezeigt.
Vor langer Zeit.
Well, okay.
Yeah.
Let's not talk about
coming to the online feature, which is one of the big enhancements from Rising Sun. Can you tell us a little bit about the online function? What will be possible?
Sure. Right now, it's pretty much just deathmatch and team deathmatch and bots. So you can play 8 players total plus 8 bots.
Yeah.
Both team deathmatch and deathmatch. We have bigger plans for the future, but we're just kind of happy to get the initial functionality up and going so that people can play it, because it's a whole lot of fun. I mean, there's nothing. It actually supports headset capabilities. So you hit the D-pad and you can talk trash. And
Gotcha.
Exactly. Gotcha. Take that. I've got yours. Any other cliche you can think of. It's fairly impressive technology for the amount of time that we put it in.
Okay, so we have to come to an end.
Okay.
Final question: when will it come out, and for what platforms, and how much will it cost?
It's been approved all the way across the board, so it should be hitting the shelves late November.
Okay.
Just in time for Christmas. And
For all
platforms, all languages.
Okay, thank you very much. Das war's mit dem Chris. Wieder mal natürlich viel zu wenig Zeit, aber ich glaube, wir werden das Spiel auf jeden Fall nochmal in Bewegung sehen.